7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. We are back here in studio. Justin was supposed to be here, but he bailed.
He said he had to work till 3, and then we were like, hey man, we're gonna do it till 7, because I had some other stuff going.
And now it's 7:15 and he's not here, and Cole barely got here. And
yeah, tornado out. We're anything to get the show to you guys, so on my way here, there's a tree across the road, had to take a detour.
Your life's so rough.
Allergies, can't breathe, can't talk, but we're here for you guys.
Yeah, so anyway, we are here wrapping up round 1 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship from Hangtown, and we started the year off with a mutter here. That was interesting.
Yeah, so well, it really made fantasy interesting.
It did, And speaking of fantasy, we did get a group together.
Yep.
We didn't get it out there because we literally did it yesterday, right before, pretty much. So it is
typical fashion.
Yeah, typical Moto Aftermath Show fashion. We don't do anything properly. So we are playing fantasy through PulpMX Fantasy. So it's pulpmxfantasy.com. I'll link it below. Our group name is, I'll put it right down here for everybody.
Yep. So the group, for those of you that were with us during Supercross, you are still in that group, and it rolled over right into Outdoors. So for some of you guys that were looking for something, I did make one called Moto Aftermath, capital TJO, or TGO, for the Great Outdoors, what it stands for. Yeah, for those of you guys that did find it, props to you. We weren't very good about getting that out of there. But the other group did roll over, so if you don't want to search the other one, just stick in the other group and we'll go from there.
But we are having prizes strictly for the outdoor group. So if you guys are playing and you want a shot at the prizes, it doesn't cost anything to enter. All you have to do is go enter in or join the outdoor group, which is, again, Moto Aftermath Show, capital T, capital G, capital O. Down here, I'll link it down below too. We did kind of decide on prizes. Now, we don't really have very many sponsors. Basically, my company is sponsoring this, so the prizes are kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I work for Liat, so we're going to give you guys the choice for first place. We're going to do first place gets a t-shirt, Moto Aftermath t-shirt.
Yep.
Nice and red.
One of the new ones that we showed last week.
Yep. And then choice of... Ready?
Go ahead.
We're just going to do some 100% goggles or some of the Liat goggles. One of your choice.
Yep, either or.
Are you going big or are you going the new Armada goggle?
Oh yeah, we'll do whatever, dude.
Okay. We're going to go big. We're going to
you want.
We're going to do the brand new Armada goggle that just came out, or however you pronounce it, the 100% goggle.
Armada, I don't remember. Anyway, their newest version.
Versus the Liat bulletproof goggle. So
it'll be your choice, and we'll do whatever color scheme, and I'll get the information for whoever wins at the end of the series. It can't be any of us, so if any of us win, we'll just start bumping prizes down to the next people. Second place, you're going to get a set of Emic lock-on grips, your choice. Those are the grips I like. I'm giving away stuff I like, basically, at this point. Yeah. So
I'm a pretty big fan of the lock-on grip as well. You don't have dual throttle. You know?
Yeah. If you haven't used them, they actually work really awesome. I had them on the 07. I will have them on the 15 right here as soon as I get new bars. You'll also get a t-shirt with second place. And then third place, you'll get a t-shirt and a sticker pack, which is basically a bunch of stickers that companies give me, and I'm just passing them along to you. So those are your top 3 prizes there for fantasy. Again, you have to be in the Moto Aftermath Show TGO League to win that. Yep. So make sure you go join that. If you were in the Moto Aftermath Show for Supercross, you're in that league, but that's a completely separate league, and that doesn't count towards the prizes. Right. And again, it is free to enter.
And also, I want to point out that if you weren't in the group on the first round, don't worry about it. It'll automatically update your first round into the group.
Yep.
So don't stress about that. Just join the group and have a merry old time and be happy, be sad, be whatever, you know.
Whatever. It's just fun. We suck at it, so.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, how'd your week go?
Not bad. 353. I don't know what the good scores are for outdoors. This is only my first year playing that
I think
one.
like 500 area.
Okay, so
I mean, so what I had high scores of 597.
Okay, yeah, so
Wow.
600 I think is perfect.
Average
actually.
was a 362. I don't know what I have, like 10 more than you.
377 is what you said you had.
377, whatever.
And I had a 353, so
Not
the
a great
average.
round. Not a great round. Cody Cooper bit me. Marchbanks bit me.
I don't even know who I picked.
So,
At one point I had 2 All-Stars for the 450 class. I went shit.
yeah. So we'll ask the people comment down below if you. I think it would be fun. Maybe get around and we'll talk on the phone. Maybe have a fantasy talk every week and broadcast it out to you guys.
Yeah, sure, we could do that.
I mean, we get enough guys that want to see it and want to hear us talk about it and interact with us. Let us know below and we'll do it. I think that'd be fun.
Yep. So if you're not into the fantasy though, you're just into the show. Make sure to follow us on all the major social media outlets. Speaking of that, I posted this on Facebook this morning. Did you see number 7, part 3?
Yep, part 3. Oh, the announcement. He retired.
announcement.
Wow,
Shocker.
I think we already knew that.
Yeah,
But,
was a big shock. And he like built it all up at the end. He's like, man, it's really hard to talk. I
haven't
anyway.
watched it all yet. So.
Yeah, go. I linked it on Facebook. So go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
If you think it's cool, share it.
Yeah. Also, there is we have the new Moto Aftermath T-shirt. It's red. It's got the logo on the front of it. Has the TLR Coatings logo on the sleeve. They're $25 each shipped. If you guys want one, there is a PayPal thing in the description that'll tell you where to send it to. Just put your size in the notes if you do send the PayPal order over, and yeah, we'll get those shipped out. We don't have like certain dates that they ship on. Literally, my guy will make them for me as we need them one at a time. So like I said,
saves on the overhead a little bit.
Yeah, so like I said, $25 per shirt shipped. I was gonna wear mine, but the extra ones I had are all wrinkly.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you don't like those designs, there is the Teespring t-shirt still available. Links in the description below. Amazon links in the description below. Help us out. We get a small slice of that. Or if you just want to donate on Patreon to us, I send you stuff if you donate on Patreon. And
I've had a couple people do that, I believe. So thank you.
yeah, we've got a few that do that. A couple of bucks here and there, all helps out.
Yep.
So
thank you to you guys. We really appreciate it.
what did you think of the track yesterday?
Yeah, let's jump right into it. The great outdoors.
And we were outdoors for sure.
So after seeing the amateur day on Thursday, wow, I didn't think it was going to come around that well like that.
No.
And I was in California this week. I saw some of the 2020 Liat stuff, which is pretty cool. You guys should keep your eyes peeled for that. Some pretty cool stuff coming out. But it was really weird being in California with rain. Every time I've been out there, it's just been bright, stereotypical, sunny California.
Must be nice.
But man, I really didn't think it was going to be as good as it was in that first moto. But the second motos are a whole different story.
Whole different story. Well, even the end of the first 450 moto it started to get different.
Right.
So
I do like, as far as track changes, they had the Fly 150, the big triple over there.
that was only 85 feet. It was more of a step up.
Okay, yeah, but
Because they built those rollers in front of it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I like the rollers in front of it. It was technical. You could see guys doing a little different ways, tire tapping, triple, double, triple, whatever.
Almost eating shit right into the face. I mean, there's all sorts of
I
cool
saw a
lines
guy
you
go
can
to
do.
Indonesia pretty hard in practice, but I thought that was cool. Other than that, same old Hangtown.
I was gonna say they ain't make any changes.
Same layout. Each second moto. Some of those camera angles coming down the hill with those ruts.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Well, I don't know that I've ever seen it where it was that bad that they were like after the first corner, that tabletop, and then you take that corner to go up the hill. I don't know that I've ever seen ruts where they were that deep and that
G'd out.
like swampy that I've actually seen pros like lose it
Cool
in
Sealy wadded it up twice.
Yeah. Well, even Kenny and Eli both going through it. I mean, you saw them like they literally hit it and it was almost just like nothing, and then feet were coming off. It was interesting to watch. That's for sure.
You can definitely tell. I hate to bring up the Euro debate.
Oh boy, here we
Here
go.
it comes. Here it comes.
Here we go.
That 250 moto.
Yeah.
And when it first started raining, got a little slick. Dudes were dropping like flies. these boys, when it rains, they ain't riding. I think they're packing their shit and going home.
I think so too.
Whereas a guy like Ferrandis, he's got Villeman in his corner. Villeman says, put your shit on and go ride.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need some more of that.
You know who else rides in the rain? AC.
Does he? And that
When me and Justin went out there for A1 2 years ago, and it was downpouring that day. It was like a Wednesday or something. We were trying to go out and watch people ride, and we were at Milestone, and there was the only other person there was like Bowers and 2 other like privateer dudes. I didn't know who they were. Yep, but way ahead.
I mean, I understand if you're a privateer guy loading your shit because that's brake pads, chain, sprocket, all like the whole deal. But
yeah, it was literally like Tedder and AC and Way were out there. Yep.
Well, I mean, if AC practices in the mud, look what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So, all right, well, that's enough track talk, I think. Yep. We did all the intro stuff. We talked about fantasy a little bit, so let's take a break. Yeah. Let's get into these 250s, I guess.
Yeah. Good racing.
Do you need custom powder coating? Call or text TLR Coatings today at 269-870-3083 for your free powder coating quote. All right, 250s.
We're doing this a little different than Supercross, right? We're just gonna pick out the guys instead of going down the whole list?
Kinda, yeah. So there's way too many dudes. We're not covering 40 dudes in each class. We're not doing a 5-hour show like Pulp MX. So we've got a handful, mostly top teners here. And then
and a couple guys sprinkled in there that we think are worth noting. Better. So,
okay, so you want to start at the bottom or top?
Start at the top. Let's start with Dildo.
I mean, dude, that was a good bounce back ride, right?
Bounce back ride. A lot of people were doubting him after what happened in Vegas. He really, really needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to continue to see it.
I don't know. We'll see. He looked. I thought he looked great all day. I thought he looked great. I was actually impressed. So I actually, like I told you guys on the preview show, saw the Paula Fox Race or whatever it is intro day that they did with all the media outlets, and I thought he looked very aggressive, we'll call it that day. Which I was like, oh, if he's got some anger going, some aggression from losing that title, they're in trouble.
I think maybe that card played to his advantage.
I think
he had a big enough chip on his shoulder that it really motivated him to prove people wrong.
He was pretty amped to win yesterday.
Yeah, and he switched it off in his brain while he was out there riding. Like, hey, if I got this, I can prove people wrong. Like, we'll just see if he carries that momentum.
Wouldn't it be funny if he won the outdoor title and then went to 450s and like having heard that he didn't give a shit about winning an outdoor title anyway?
Wouldn't it be funny if he's leading by 4 points into the last round
and loses it again?
Crashes and Ferrandis wins?
Oh my god. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, so all in all, awesome ride for Cincerillo.
Were you kind of surprised he didn't catch Cooper the first moto though?
We'll get into that. I want to get into that when we get into Cooper.
Okay.
I don't know if I said it on the preview show or not, but I said Cooper was going to be somebody to watch for.
Yep.
And he came out swinging.
He did.
And he did come from the back a little bit. We'll just skip to him. We're going to skip over Ferrandis for now and talk about Cooper.
Yep. 1-4 for second overall.
Yep. Just pulled the whole shot. Impressive ride. He managed that win. Cincerillo caught him a little bit, and then he pulled it back out, and they were just kind of playing cat and mouse the whole time. Maybe that's Cincerillo being smart, backing her down a little bit.
Could be.
Either one of them looks smooth and in control.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Cooper, I look for a couple more of those kind of rides this year.
Well, and the second moto was impressive too, because he actually crashed with what's his name, Frenchie, with Ferrandis, didn't he? They crashed and came through the pack.
Nichols?
I don't know. With
him
them
and
all
Cooper
being 30s, I can never.
Yeah.
Tell.
Cooper and Ferrandis came through the pack quite far.
Yep.
Same with Ferrandis. They both caught Nichols, and then something happened, and Nichols got around him or something. But Ferrandis starting off the season with what he has to do.
Yeah, I was just say all those guys. I mean, and I think we're absolutely right with AC. I think it might have been somewhat of a maturity of, okay, hey, I can push it and probably get Cooper that first moto.
Yep.
But did I need to?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he didn't. He went 2-1 for first overall.
And I hope that's his mindset.
I hope so too. I think if it is, I think, like I've said coming into it, even though Justin doubted it, I think he's in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
Ferrandis, I think his start thing again. If he can figure out his starts, it's going to be a different story as well.
Yeah, because he was in the back. But the first moto he crashed with Amart, wasn't it, or was it Nichols? That I wish they weren't all 30s on that fucking team, bro. Because I can't remember.
Nichols is what, 39, or is that Ferrandis?
No, Nichols.
Ferrandis is 34.
Yeah, Nichols is
39. And
Cooper's 32.
Yeah, Ferrandis. What do you get? Fifth, fourth in the second moto? Fifth.
Fifth in the second moto.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he went down, had some issues, but still. Considering last year he missed half the season and podiumed about almost every moto out of the season.
Yeah. Once he got back into it. Yep.
It's already a pretty good start for him. And we're going to skip down to, let's talk about Nichols.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? I'll tell you what I think about it.
For an outdoor ride for him, that's pretty good.
You know what I think?
Go ahead.
That's a low-key ride right there. We can throw Liat in there too. Liat low-key ride.
5-3
for third, and he didn't stop pushing in that second one.
No.
Those guys passed him, and he got him back.
Now, where I get nervous is as we go farther into the season, we saw this with Supercross.
Right,
Does he fade kind of midway and then maybe pick some stuff up? Yeah, because he may look good. He looked good this week. He may look good next week. Next week's going to be interesting because of it being at Paula. Like, everybody goes there.
And I don't know why I didn't pick him for fantasy.
Who, Nichols?
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
I don't know either.
I'm an idiot. Dumb.
I don't know. I don't know that I picked him either. I'm not really sure.
He wasn't
to
an
be really honest
all-star.
with you.
Wow, what was I thinking? But
I don't
anyway, yeah, solid ride for Nichols. Solid way to start to the season. Outdoors, gotta love it.
Now Sexton is up next with a 4.6 for 5th overall. Looked okay, but a little bit of a
I feel like he was just kind of there.
hangover from Supercross, I guess we'd call it maybe. I don't really know.
Maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. He was Supercross mode.
Yeah. So I don't know. He like I said, I thought he looked good all day, but he didn't look real racy with anybody.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of, like you said, he was just kind of there.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, well maybe he'll pick it up. Hopefully he'll pick it up as we go further along here. But I don't know. And then we get to one of the old men.
Who we got?
Amart. We're not talking about Marty.
I do want to talk about that old man though.
Party Marty.
I want to talk about Party Marty for a real quick.
Crashed and went out in the second moto.
I don't care. That first moto was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
It was okay. It was okay.
It was all right.
I don't have him written down here. I don't know what he was.
It was all right.
But he was in what, top 5?
It was a glimpse. It was a glimpse. Now if he can put two of those together,
maybe he was in like 6th or something.
good fantasy pick next week if he can put two of those rides together.
Well, I don't know. They think he might have a broken rib, and he cut himself pretty good, I guess, in that crash in the second one. So I don't really know. Alex Martin. I mean,
yeah.
Can we get away from the bad
you were talking
luck?
some shit. What the?
Can we get away? Can we get away from
Justin was here.
Can we get away from the bad luck? Oh, trust me. The next two we're about to talk about, I'm going after him even though he's not here. I mean, dude.
I'm going to go after Justin for the next one. But Amart, what was he saying? What was your guys' deal? Amart wouldn't beat Lawrence or something like that?
I don't know, man. I don't remember. Half the time he's talking, I'm not listening to him. But anyway, 23-2 for 8th overall. I mean, didn't score points in the first moto. I give him credit because he doesn't give up. Second moto, obviously,
in the mud,
looked
man.
pretty
Had
good.
pressure too.
Yeah. So he didn't really fold under the pressure or anything, but I don't know. I mean, but that's the kind of luck Amart has.
Yeah.
Where he'll go 23-2 for 8.
These guys had some weird luck. But.
So, you know, like, it wouldn't have surprised me if he'd have gone like 23-1 or 31 or something like that. And it's like, oh, Amart's here. But then the next weekend he goes like 15-4 for, you know, 5th
I hope he can
overall
pull
or
it together,
something.
though, because that team needs good results.
They do need good results.
Suzuki needs to be up front, and Alex Martin needs to be up front.
Yes, he does. So, and now we can get into Justin's boys here in this 250 class. Let's start with Big Air Tom. Was that the most underwhelming performance we've seen?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Big Air Tom. Like, he is dubbed to be the guy for Husky. And
I hope not,
like a 27-22? 27 in the dry? Was that real?
I guess.
Did he crash? Something happened? Can anybody tell us? Like,
Hunter Lawrence crashed in the first one.
Yeah, I think he would have got 5th.
Mm-hmm.
He would have got 5th.
I think he would have been.
It wasn't the Lawrence I thought was going to show up.
No, that was a thing too. But I had heard coming in and we talked about this, that he'd done some races and he hadn't really looked superb. I listened to the Moto 60 show on Thursday with Mathis and
Probably JT.
No, it wasn't JT.
Or somebody.
It was who's the dude for Swap Moto?
Oh, Don Maeda.
No, not Maeda. Who's the other guy that does it with him? Yes. Yeah, Anton I think was on, and he said, he's like, dude, like,
I don't know.
it's not great. It's not awful looking, but it's not great.
Yeah.
So both those really, I mean, Lawrence is a little better, 11-12 for 11th overall. Covington 27-22 for 26. I don't know what the fuck's going on there with Covington. Well, maybe he'll rebound.
I'm gonna give him. If I don't see anything great out of Covington after the 4th round, then I'll write him off. I'm still gonna give him a shot. Hunter Lawrence 11-12. That's acceptable to me. I'll accept that.
Especially because he crashed pretty good that first.
And he took a peg straight.
Yeah,
to the
took a peg
asshole.
straight to the asshole on
Yeah.
that first moto.
Yeah.
So I will give him the 11-12 of possibly having a very sore ass the second moto.
I mean, it's gotta be hard to sit down.
Yeah, oh yeah, and riding in the mud like that's not fun. But the Covington thing at 27-22,
You gotta scratch your head a little bit, man.
there's definitely some kind of like, are we sure this is gonna work deal going on, and hopefully it does.
Because we need more guys up front. Yeah,
but I
that'd
am
be awesome.
nervous right now with him. So
That's gonna be someone to keep an eye on, and guess we'll see. I mean,
yeah, as we move
round
forward, I mean, Lawrence looked pretty good. He was in the top 5 in qualifying all day, so he looked pretty good in my books there. And he was in what, like 5th or 6th when he went down. All of a sudden, his name just started falling. I was like, what the hell is going on?
I do want to point somebody out that we don't have on this list.
Okay.
That was hovering right around the top 10.
Yeah.
Ty Masterpool.
Yeah, you know,
Ty Masterpool, first race. I didn't know anything about him turning pro. Mm-hmm. Him
It's the new rule.
and I'll even already talk about his brother in the 450 class running 11th.
yeah,
Ty and Jake Masterpool.
Yep.
Awesome ride for those brothers. And I didn't know he was turning pro.
he's going to Loretta's, I think.
He's gonna do that kind of weird thing.
Yeah,
Pro, go to Loretta's,
so-
and then come back. That'd be cool.
The rule, I heard it this week, I think is as long as you don't score more than 40 points, you're good.
Oh well, they'll cut him off. But
If
that was
you,
so bad.
yeah, so whatever. But yeah, seeing the master pools there, that was definitely interesting. I think I picked Derek Drake.
I did pick Derek Drake.
For
He looked
fantasy.
good too.
He looked really good, and
Second
then
moto
shit
of
the
the mud.
bed. And dude, how about another honorable mention here, which we don't have written down, so we don't have his results. Marchbanks
Yep.
qualified good, and then just
I
had
was
a
keeping
rough
an eye on
day.
him just because he was my fantasy guy.
Well, and he qualified great.
Qualified great.
Was
great
he
in the
number
first
one?
moto.
Yeah,
he was number 1 for a little while.
No,
Did
he
take the pole?
did. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He was pole position.
Hey, Liat neck brace, Liat C-frame knee braces. That's
Sweet.
right there.
Awesome. So yeah. So he was okay. That was interesting. Mitch said he was pretty pumped for him just
Yeah,
because it gains him some confidence of,
Awesome.
hey, I can actually run this pace somewhat. So overall though, not like not anything wild.
Super wild, weird day. It
Nope.
was just there was a little bit of battling going on, but other than that,
The 450s was more.
450's got a little
Interesting.
more layer to it.
So all right, let's take another quick break here, and we'll
jump
come
into
back
the
with some
450
450s.
class.
Okay, 450s. Let's start with the worst of the worst.
The worst of the worst.
Justin Hill.
I was gonna say Cody Cooper because he boned me.
I wasn't worried about him.
He was looking pretty good,
Wasn't worried about him
looking
at all.
good. He got 40th.
Justin Hill was going to try hard at outdoors.
Did you pick him?
Fuck no. Are you
I
kidding
picked
me?
Cooper. That's why I said I got boned.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Like I said, I don't really remember who I picked. But at one point, I had 2 All-Stars on my team, and it wasn't bad.
Ooh. So I mean,
Hill 16-21. That's a good trying hard day for Hill, right? For 21st overall.
for being a factory guy, and
He was going to try it outdoors because he had a rough Supercross season. You know.
I mean, you just don't build a base of training in 2 weeks.
I'm just saying, dude. He's going to try in outdoors.
Oh, he's trying.
He's going to try.
He's been trying.
He's going to try.
He's trying his balls off.
He's going to try.
Well, he tried his way to a 16-21 and must not be a great mud rider. I thought he might be from being from the great Pacific Northwest.
He don't ride in the mud.
Is he a guy that loads her up?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He don't even load her up in the truck to go out if it looks like it's gonna rain.
Okay. He checks the radar.
He checks the radar the night before. And then sleeps in.
Sleeps in. And then goes into practice with his guitar.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much. That's it.
I like his riding style, man. I kind of like the guy. I just wish he would.
Just go make your money doing social media, man.
Yeah, I think he
spot.
needs to be a guy that just goes out and does some social media stuff like his brother, man. Can you imagine both the Hill brothers doing videos?
It'd be awesome.
That'd be the shit. And,
Awesome.
we'd all love him still.
Speaking of social media videos, though, did you watch that Barsha?
That Statler Boy vlog?
No.
Oh.
That Barsha Dirt Shark video?
I did. I feel like the audio was off, or was it just my computer?
I think it was your computer. I didn't think it was off.
Because like the two-stroke was the noise out of the bike.
Now you're
was
making
a
me go
little
watch it
off.
again.
It was a little off. I don't know. Maybe it was just my computer. I don't know.
I didn't think it was.
Gotta quit getting on the hub.
I thought it was gonna be a little bit cooler than it was. It was cool. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so let's go. Top
Justin
10, 10th place
Bogle.
up. Justin Bogle, 10-9, 10th overall. I think that's a solid day for him.
I think it would have been better. He hit the ground quite a few times too. So.
Did he? I don't know. I didn't
He
see
did.
that.
That's
I
a
guess.
solid day for him. First ride on that bike outdoors.
He stays on that team all year, though, right?
I would say so.
I heard the other day they hired another mechanic. They haven't announced it that he's staying yet, but they hired another mechanic. Why do you hire a mechanic if you're not keeping a third guy?
They'd be dumb not to keep him around.
I think so too, because once he gets a little more comfortable here on the outdoor settings, he's a guy that can hold shot.
Rocky Mountain learned some pretty good info over the weekend, but that place, as far as the business and structure and the way it is, they got it going on.
That's good.
Compared to like a VTO or a motorsport, I guess from what I understand, those places don't even hold a candle to Rocky Mountain. And I didn't know this either, but Tusk, that stuff, that's Rocky Mountain in-house.
Interesting.
So, they don't source it. They make all their own shit right in-house, and if they got a little extra money laying around, I wouldn't be surprised. So I see Bogle on the rest of that team from a business side.
Sweet. 9th overall, Dean Ferris with an 11.8 on the day. Not bad for coming off the couch type deal here, basically, for factory Yamaha. So
I don't know if he went down a little bit too, because he was a little higher in the running order at times. But I'm gonna give it to him, man. Good ride coming over here, foreign soil. I think he's raced over here before. But
he has, and they just signed him like not too long ago, so it's not like he's been sitting here for months going, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, and he's ridden Yamahas and stuff, but I don't care what anybody says. That bike's a whole different bike.
Yeah, but Yamaha, 2 bikes in the top 10. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's good. 8th overall, Baggett, 610. This is an average day for Baggett.
That was an average.
But this is what I see out of him most weekends.
You see this out of him all year?
Most weekends. He's going to have some rides, like Thunder Valley 2 years ago or whatever, when he
I want that
broke.
back so bad.
I mean, but he just isn't consistent enough with it. So a 610 for 8th overall, I think that is a typical Baggett weekend. Yeah. And I mean, there's no bike problems, there's no nothing. That's just what Blake Baggett is most of the time.
Is this him all season?
I think most of it, yeah. I think you're going to see maybe 1 or 2 rides where you're just like, holy shit, El Chupacabra's back. But other than that...
I hope so. I liked that shit. I thought it was sweet.
Dude, I mean, it's awesome because it gives us something. If you got El Chupacabra and Tomac doing Tomac things, that could be fucking cool. Going 4 seconds a lap faster than everybody else, that would be awesome. And then we move up to 7th, which is another Yamaha, Barsha, 8.7.
I think the mud helped him.
I feel like that's a good day for him right now because he's week by week with the wrist. I mean...
Solid day. I just liked that clip on TV of him just wide open around in the mud, just around the outside of Bogle, and then Bogle just like tips over, got scared. It was just the most Barsha thing I've ever seen.
Just hold it wicked, brah. Hold it wicked.
Just like flat tracked out, like no line, cutting across. It was awesome.
Yeah, I also feel like he wouldn't be back riding right now, but Yamaha I feel like is pushing him a little bit because I don't think his wrist and stuff's 100% ready. But like I said, I feel it's like a we need bikes on the track type deal. You gotta get your ass out there.
A lot of it has to do with that big green claw on the side.
Yeah. And then moving on up the list, 6th overall, Marv with a 7.4. And again, I feel like this is a most of the year type ride for him.
You think he's back that far now?
I think that's where there's too much going on above him here that I don't really see it falling off. I know there's one guy in particular ahead of him here that me and Justin would argue about a lot.
Yeah, it's coming. I already saw that name there.
But I feel like, because I mean, the second moto he was fourth, so he's top 5 second moto, and I don't see him not getting out of the box at some point.
Did he have a terrible start in the first moto, or what happened?
I don't remember.
I don't really remember either. I wasn't paying a lot of attention to it.
I mean, say first motos are always sketchy. You can still watch them on the app. I don't watch them on the thing. So, and then moving into the top 5. So Webb 3.6 for 5th overall. And I feel like that was a decent ride for some guy that, you know, was barely in the top 10.
Yeah. That's a
last
nice
year
builder for him.
Yeah.
And I think coming off the Supercross season, though, he isn't happy with that.
No, I don't think he's happy with it either.
But I do want to point out, just watching the bike, that last lap when he had some pressure from Anderson, he was not getting that bike settled in any ruts. And he was standing up, popping out of a lot of them. I think there's definitely some room for chassis work.
And he may not have the bike completely set up because, let's face it, when you're the one actually winning the title in Supercross, you do not focus on outdoors much before that. So that's a situation of almost like when he came in with the broken wrist and he's going to ride his way into this. I still think he's a title favorite, even with this 5th place. Cause
I mean, he rode out front for quite a while.
Yep, but
you wouldn't have expected that 2 years ago.
No. So I still think title favorite, even with this finish. But I think, again, we're looking at he rides himself kind of into shape with it almost, I guess. Rides the bike into shape with it as we go on here. And then we get to 4th place, and the train is on the tracks, baby, and we are rolling there.
Here we go.
Zach Osborne, 4th overall with 5.3 on the day.
I want to get to the bottom of this. Why do you like him so much?
I don't know. There's just something about him. There's
is
just
it
something.
The eyebrows? Is it
I mean, maybe because we have like the same eyebrows. I just
stature.
Up, you know?
Is it like, have you seen his wiener? Like, what's the deal?
Just, I don't know, man. I just took a liking to him. Like, he came back from Europe. I think the year
I thought it was cool. He came on the Yamaha, got like 3 podiums, packed his shit, and went back.
Yeah, but I think he came back, and he was on Husky the first year when I started getting into Supercross again in like 14, I want to say.
After his Geico
13,
stint.
14, yeah. And so, I mean, I've just been following him, and I mean, there was that one, like the second year he was on Husky, I remember in like San Diego, he had something weird where like him or Malcolm like crashed and their like bike went over into the other lane and the other person crashed into the other one. You remember that? And so, dude, going from watching him do that, and he hasn't really had anything, and like seeing they had to go to Europe. I remember watching him in like Moto 4, I think he was in. And he was in Europe.
Fair enough. He's kind of the first guy you started watching when
I got back into it.
Yeah, so like me growing up watching McGrath.
Yep. Okay. Which I did that too, because I used to watch the Supercrosses all the time.
Spin out of it.
Yeah, but then I got really into hockey once I got into like middle school, and so I kind of drifted away from that until like 14.
Now you're back.
Yeah.
You're back.
And now I'm back.
Never goes away.
Yeah. So anyway, but dude, I think that was a good solid ride for Zach.
I didn't expect it.
And again, he was on the box the second moto.
Yeah, 5.3.
5.3. He was on the box on a moto already in the first one. Now, granted,
I wish Justin was here to kind of hear what he said.
Oh, Justin would be like, oh, well, that was lucky and it was rain.
Justin, hey, Thor, Justin, comment below. Let us know what you think.
You know he doesn't go comment. Yeah, come on, Justin doesn't get the comment. Okay, so 3rd overall. And this is kind of my Leah low-key, but it's not really low-key.
This is my low-key ride.
Jason Anderson, 2.5 for 3rd.
I'm gonna, before I get into it, I'll tell you why. But him and Webb kind of getting into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's going to happen.
Awesome, because those boys both got a little attitude. I hope there's more of that.
There will be. Don't you worry.
Why is it your low-key? Let's hear it.
Because I feel like it wasn't really covered a whole lot. And, like, because he's not the defending champion outdoors, it kind of slid under the rug of like, yo, this guy was the defending Supercross champ, raced 3 races, missed it, which they did say that, but it was like a one thing and kind of done, where like Kenny winning, it was like, oh my God, you know, he's come back, he's won most, but he's never won overall type deal. But like Ando just kind of like slid in there, and it was kind of like...
His arm was pretty nasty looking too.
Yeah, and it was like, we, being the hardcore people we are, have watched him during the race and went, Ando's like really up there fighting right now.
And he didn't look like he got tired either.
Nope.
And that's why he's my low-key ride, is because his fitness looked like it's all right.
Yep.
And if you follow him on social media, I'm starting to take a liking to him. He's doing, I don't know, he's just beating to his own drum, which is awesome. Take your personality and run with it. If nobody likes you, fuck them, I guess. But he's doing this whole team pride thing, like playing it off like he's a stoner and all this, which he is. But he's really playing it off like he isn't working hard. He's always played it off like he doesn't work hard. He eats Oreos, shit like that. But
what?
Dude, on the Baker program, you never heard the story of Cincerillo like eating Oreos and hiding the wrappers under the bed, and then Eldon came into his room?
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that. But...
yeah, he's probably eating that shit on the West Coast, but
well, maybe
since he's different, he's been down in the Baker's factory. He's probably just eating.
He's the only one that's been in Florida.
Really?
That's what I'm pretty sure. That's what they said yesterday.
So his ass is in shape. I don't think he plays it off like he's not. Mm-hmm. And man, like I don't know. I like EDM music, and that little mix thing he dropped, that was kind of cool. It really wasn't bad. It was actually pretty fucking good. Yeah, I'm starting to take a little liking to him, and low-key ride, nobody really was like, holy shit, Anderson got second, you know?
I don't really dislike
it. But it kind of is a holy shit he got second.
Yeah, because he's not an outdoor guy.
In a moto.
Let's face it, he's never won an overall or a moto.
Yeah, but...
so he's not really an outdoor guy.
Thought he was a supercross guy either.
He's more supercross than he is outdoors.
Yeah.
He's got a title in supercross.
True.
So I don't know. I
think he wants that outdoor title.
I think he does too. But I was just pleasantly surprised to see him actually up there battling for it.
In the fight.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. So and then second overall, Tomac 4-1. Fourth place was a little weird, wasn't it? Especially on Hangtown, which is his track.
Yeah, I was really wondering what was going on because I don't know, it just like he was just there.
Yeah, he wasn't
just
doing
there,
anything
like,
spectacular that first moto.
At Hangtown, you just expect him to be up front. You just expect him to be
20-30 second gap.
Yeah, like
easy.
what do you have that 1 year minute gap?
Yeah,
like just fucking annihilated everyone.
Was it weird to you too that he wasn't top qualifier on the day? Was that weird? That was kind of weird to me.
Not necessarily.
Was
it weird to see him wearing cool gear?
I didn't think it was that cool. Everybody said it was cool, and I didn't think it was that cool.
It was a little better, so.
I don't know, but it was a weird day for him at a place that's his house, we'll call it.
It was. He did pull the win out, though, which is...
yeah, win in the second moto and second overall, so not a bad way to start the three-peat, but...
take it. Don't hit the panic. It's way too early to hit the panic button on him. And it's even too early to talk about the next guy.
Well, Ken Roczen finally gets an overall.
And that first moto, he was flat out the best guy.
Oh, that first moto was...
he was the best guy in that first moto.
Oh, yeah, buddy. He was by far. And I was a little nervous at first that he would burn out.
Right.
And in fact, watching the race with Ashley, we got about 10 minutes in, and I was like, holy shit, he's got like 8 seconds on Coop. And I was like, but Coop's a second half guy, like, let's just see. And then we got past the 15-minute mark, and then it would flip it, and then all of a sudden it would be like, he had 10 seconds on him. And they had 13 seconds on him.
Going a little more.
And then I was like, okay, never mind. By the time we got done, it was like, we were down to like a couple minutes left, and he'd put almost 18 seconds, and I was like, wow.
That looked like the Ken Roczen we all know and love, and we never thought we'd see again.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding the phone.
I'm too. And I told you guys that in the group chat. I'm waiting until we hit somewhere where there's heat and humidity.
I'm waiting. Yeah, even the next couple rounds, like, badass. I'm so happy for the guy. Like, after the whole Supercross season, everything. And yeah, it was awesome to see because I'm a Kenny fan. And this also, I wanted to rub this in Matt's face. Mm-hmm. Tomac has, 17 overall outdoor wins?
Yeah, maybe something.
That now puts Kenny at 16 overall wins. So if you want to say Tomac's head and shoulders above Kenny Outdoors, then
he's not.
The stats say otherwise.
I will tell you though, if Kenny's got this figured out, I mean, the second moto, he looked good still.
That too.
Yeah, he looked good even in the mud. Yep. But like Tomac just had that little extra, and
I think Kenny was smart enough to back it down.
Yep. Kenny was smart enough to go, I don't need this to get the overall.
Right.
But if Kenny's got it figured out, dude, these boys are in trouble.
If he rides like that first moto the rest of the year, these boys better... I mean, Tomac, I think, can give him a run.
Yep, Tomac can.
And maybe Webb at the end of the year.
I think Coop can, yep. But
I don't know about Anderson. I think Anderson's right on the edge of those guys. I don't think he's just kind of waiting to...
The only two people
through there.
The only two people that are on that level, man. Tomac and Webb. Outside of that, none of these other guys on this list do I see them anywhere close to him.
On a consistent basis.
Yep, those 3 are head and shoulders above as far as I'm concerned. Even Webb with his 3.6. But I think he's going to race himself because I think he's pissed about how he did yesterday.
Yeah.
So, anything else with 450s you want to talk about before we wrap this up here?
Man, I'm trying to think of some of the other guys that were in the field. I already mentioned Jake Pasterpool. Not really. I really wasn't paying attention to a lot of guys. Just my fantasy guys, obviously.
Super tired. I was sleeping through most of it. Yeah. I watched it twice, and it was. But again, there wasn't anything like super wild.
Super wild happened. No.
Like the Hangtown opener is never quite as wild as like the Supercross opener.
Like I didn't
these real wild.
I didn't see any crazy lines. I didn't see anybody hopping over or anything.
No.
But I do want to point out Kenny's technique. Mm-hmm. Standing up, balls of the feet, standing up around the corners, Euro style, and especially in the mud. And then Tomac just doing his destination thing, just pounding through the ruts and stuffing himself. And
you happen to see the Portugal MXGP race today?
Mudfest?
No, it was dry. I'm just
last
saying,
week was mud, right?
Yes, in Italy. Yeah, I'm just saying
I need to start watching that shit.
Hurley and Still's in back.
Oh, I know.
It's round 5.
Yeah, he ain't winning the title. No.
No. So very confusing to me. Why isn't he racing here? Type deal. I mean, not that he's gonna win this title either, because if he doesn't come back next week, then he's into round 3 here.
Yeah,
but I mean, dude, you're talking he's gonna be round 6, 7.
Yeah, that was a whole.
That's interesting.
That was a whole American versus Alpine Star team. Well, not Alpine Star. That's a whole other topic that I'll tell you about off camera.
Great.
Yeah, the team overseas and the team here, there's a lot of different contractual behind the scenes stuff.
Interesting.
And they worked really hard on it, I believe. So
interesting. All I know is that's it's gonna be hard for him, I think. So anyway,
comment below, leave suggestions.
Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. We will do a special 1,000 subscriber giveaway video, which we will come up with something real good for that.
All star balls make fun of us.
Yep. And again, follow us on all the major social media. Don't forget PulpMX Fantasy, linked in the description down below.
Yep.
Follow our sponsor, TLR Coatings, for all your powder coating needs. And we're back next Tuesday. We'll wrap up the Paula, first time there since 2011, I saw.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
Wow. That's
Cool.
my bedtime.
Yeah.
But, Paula Fox Raceway. First time as Fox Raceway.
Yes.
So.
All right, cool. Well, this is another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show. We will see everybody next week.